Hi, I'm Kara O, and it's Manly Monday, which means we're going to delve into trying to figure out these men. And this is my friend RG. That stands for regular guy. He's just your basic guy. And as you may notice, he's also a prince. He's my prince. And this is one of the reasons why I think a lot of relationships don't work out, because women are looking for the prince, and we really don't know anything about him other than, what he was like at the ball. He was, had his perfect outfit on, and he's twirling Cinderella around the dance floor, and, we just think it's the most amazing thing that he went searching for this woman to get, with the shoe. That's not enough to go by. And no man can measure up to the perfect prince. It's really unfair. It's unfair to do it to ourselves, and it's certainly unfair to do it to the men. So I really recommend that you let go of him needing to be the prince. It's easier on him, and it's certainly a lot easier on you, because it's really just going to be creating disappointment for you. So let's get rid of the prince. It's not working for any of us. The problem is, what are we doing here? How's that? The problem is, we have the modern day prince. And he's Mr. Successful. He makes lots of money. He has the right house, the right car, takes you on the right vacations, has the right social life, the right wardrobe. This is an Armani suit. I mean, what woman wouldn't swoon for this? But the problem is, that's not who he is. We want to get down to the heart of the man. We want to really understand what he's all about. That's where love happens. It's not the surface. I mean, a nice car is just a bonus. It's not even that important. As long as he, has a decent car and he keeps it clean. You need someone you respect. That's all. So, and you know what? The more successful he is, the less likely he is able to give you the time and attention and focus that you want. So, I think we should let go of the modern day prince as well, because it's getting in the way of us being able to find true love, where there's a real heart-to-heart connection. So let's get rid of that. Now, the trouble is, you may notice he's got on a camouflage outfit. That means he's hiding behind that. In our culture, actually, in most cultures, I'm thinking about it. My background's cultural anthropology. I don't know any culture where men are not taught to not show their feelings. That's a double negative. Sorry about that. I know one culture, the Balinese. The men there are much gentler. The boys hold hands. The men, they drape. There's a whole different culture. That's the only one I can think of. But in our culture, men are taught not to feel, basically. They're taught to hide their feelings. From day one, they are treated differently than girls. They're taught to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, get back out there, be a man, don't be a sissy. Basically, don't you dare show your feelings. Oh my God, if a guy cries, I saw a little boy being interviewed, and he said he'd never cried because the other boys would make fun of him. So they're taught way early just to ignore those feelings. So to the point where they often don't even know they have them. And there was an experiment I read about in the hospital where they had the only way that the nurses could tell the difference between the babies was the blue blanket or the pink blanket. The babies with the blue blankets, assumed to be male, were held less, allowed to cry longer, handled more roughly, spoken to less, and spoken to less gently than the babies with the pink blankets. That just makes my heart ache. And men's hearts are aching because they are supposed to always hold it together. They don't go to therapists. You know what they do? They commit suicide. More than women do. Women attempt it more. But when man does it, he does something that's final. He shoots himself, he hangs himself, he rams his car into a wall, over a cliff. We don't know how many car accidents are suicides. Men don't know what to do with their feelings. So we want a man who can access his heart. And that's why I teach women to understand men and to be able to communicate with them in a different way. So let's get rid of the camouflage suit, because that's not serving anyone. What we end up with is a man who's a little bit more vulnerable, but guess what? There's a lock on his heart. We want to get down in there. That's what everything I do teaches. When I'm teaching women how to understand men, is how to get in there. And I'll tell you, he won't admit it, but he wants you to get down in there too. Because they are hurting. They don't have any access. You're kind of it. When he falls in love and he wants to create a relationship with a woman, he needs that more than you do. Women are able to be intimate and share their hearts with other women. I mean, shoot, we can do it in the shopping, at the market, in the line. I mean, I've had the most amazing conversations that started and ended in 2 minutes. So everything that I teach about men, everything in Men Made Easy, is about getting to that. Because that's what you both want. That's where intimacy happens. When 2 hearts open up and you feel safe enough to be vulnerable. So that's my friend RG, and he'll probably be showing up once in a while because he's a good teacher. He helps me a lot. So he traveled across the country with me when I was on book tour. So I'm excited to share him with you. He's a very good guy. So from my heart to yours, I'm Kara O, wishing you lots of lip smack and love. Mwah.